like that's a lot of pressure that people don't talk about, man. So for you to even to go through that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like kudos to you, bro. Like that shit is real. That's crazy. I can't even.
I appreciate that. I like to tell this one story when I was at Ohio State. And, you got these runners, people working for agents, and, they try to get to the players. And I remember this specific day, this dude, he gave me $100. It was the first time I took some money. The next day, Jim Jackson came and talked to the basketball team and said that if you never take any money, Ohio State Buckeye family will love you for life. And I had to walk back with, my head between my tails, like, man, here go your $100 back, man. I'm all sad. I'm like, come on, man. It was literally the next day. Literally still had the $100 in my pocket. It's crazy.
And listen, back then $100.
But that was also around the time you couldn't do that,
Yeah.
Shit, it's still $100 to me.
I'm just talking about the value. I'm just saying the value of where the money, would take you back then. $100 today, man. That shit is a carton of eggs, some milk, and some bagels. That's it. Like, that $100 is gone.
$100 back then when I was in college, that was me eating all week. Probably got me a little flip phone or something. I was able to do a lot with that money.
Right. Nah, I love that, man. This is what we talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Like, these are these real stories that you need to hear about, right? You need to hear about the success, but you also need to hear about the journey because, Brother Greg and other people have been through it. So learn from their mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He's going to tell you about his story and learn from his mistakes, learn from his success. And that way, hopefully, if you have anybody like a family member or yourself that's going through a similar situation, you can take that information and then you can hopefully better your situation from this brother's experience, man.
That's what we do. Before we get into I definitely want to go to some of the hardships and stuff like that, the overall career, bro. Sure. But what was one of the most important games that you played? What's one game that you was the most nervous for? That you was, you know what I'm saying? What was one of those? And how did you prepare for it? Was it the national championship game? Was it the finals? Like, what was that like?
Definitely the national championship game. Going up against Florida, Al Horford, Joakim Noah, Corey Brewer, Torian Green. They had Mo Spates on the bench. Chris Richards got drafted by the Timberwolves that year. So that's 6 NBA players on that team, man. And the funniest thing was everybody sitting in there nervous. We about to go out. Coach Mata comes in, turns off the light, it's pitch black. He turns on the TV, and all we see is Will Ferrell come in and was like, who the fuck are you? I almost nunchucked your ass. And so we watched that scene from Wedding Crashers before the national championship to loosen everybody up. It was probably the coldest shit ever. I would never forget that.
I would have never thought.
What? Wait.
Yep.
He put on a movie.
Imagine what that locker room is like, bro. The whole world is watching. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The whole world. This is the one game that could make or break your career, right? Because it's going to be, you're going to be a number one pick. But there's a brother on the 10th rise, on the 10th man, that ain't. And if I drop 25 this game,
motherfuckers made.
Come on,
you
man.
get drafted off of having a good game, man.
Come on.
I mean, Mike Conley, he's a great point guard, but I'm going to say that tournament, he had such a great tournament that boosted his draft stock till he became, I want to say, the 4th draft pick,
Of course, man. Success, man. Yeah, I think one, but I will say though, I gotta give it to my Bronx brother. Kemba had one of the most epic point guard runs in the tournament, bro. Kemba had one of the realest.
Kemba's a beast.
When he made old boy Flaw in the pit game and hit the game winner, I cried so hard I think I fell out my chair. That shit was so cold, man.
That was, bro. I played against him in 7th, 8th grade. He was cold.